Yo, what up, guys? Mr. Solution here. Quick one before we continue. Kindly hit the subscribe button if you're a new subscriber to my channel or a new visitor to my channel. And let's say you are an old subscriber. All right, please like the video if you find it educating, if you find my content encouraging. You could simply like the video, share it to as much persons as possible. All right, because this is just the way you'll be encouraging me, letting me know that you love what I'm doing. And if you're looking for a crypto community, a crypto channel, so to say, where I normally dish out my daily insight about the market, I invite you to join my Telegram channel. I'll be leaving the link at the description section of this video. Also, the exchange I use for my trade is only FTS. Both my sports, my futures, my leverage trade, and all that. I do everything on FTS exchange because they are number one exchange right now in terms of security, in terms of liquidity, in terms of having the interest of traders in their mind. FTS exchange is my number one exchange. All right, so if you have not signed up there, I also encourage you to go down to the description section of the video, okay, so that you can sign up and then join my Telegram community where I share my daily insights. Okay, so this is a continuation of the previous video I did about BTC. Remember when we had the last analysis together, when we looked at BTC together, BTC was trading around 35,000 or thereabout, and I shared some insights with us. I told you guys, my buyers, that I wasn't really confident that BTC was ready to make an upward move. Of course, I wasn't direct in my statement because what my intention was just to present what I was seeing in the market, right? Present what the market is showing me, and then I left it for you guys to decide, right? But if you listen attentively, you would notice that my bears was kind of bearish, right? My bears was bearish, and so far everything is really playing out. We see BTC, we started from here, right? It's making a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, up to this very moment that BTC dropped. Okay, it kind of dropped from here, couldn't go back again to continue the higher high. So from here we now started seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows, telling us that the bull run was that the trend had changed, right? Before now we had bull run, but from this very point everything changed, right? The bears started having dominion, the bears started dominating. Okay, and so far what has happened, remember the last time BTC was around 35k, and you can see what has happened there, that BTC kind of, after dropping to this very high, that was after getting to 36,612, right? The highest price it got to again was around the 35,968, and so far it hasn't made any other high. Remember I told you guys that for me to switch buyers, I needed to see this BTC, then it was around here, price was around here, I needed to see BTC go above 36k, and it didn't do that. So what it means is that we are not expecting another drop. Remember that this is a downtrend, right? So for a downtrend to continually be called a downtrend, any new high should be lower than the previous high, and then any new low should be lower than the previous low. That being the case, at this point, okay, we had a low of what? We had a low of 28,796. All right, so for this low now, for us to completely call this a downtrend, right? For this thing to be a downtrend, we are actually expecting another low, and that low should take us lower than this 28k we have here, right? I am anticipating around 27, 26k, right? Because at this point we had a low of 29,001, we had another low here of 20 of what of we had another low here of 28,796. So we're actually expecting another low that should be lower than this. So that being the case, let's say it could just be a difference of, let's say, $100, $200, or even lower. So we're expecting 26k, 27, 26k. Now this is for the higher time frame, this is for the daily chart. All right, so let's go to other time frames. Let's go to another lower time frame so that we can also see what that those time frames are presenting to us. We can also see what they are presenting to us. Okay, now this is, let me expand this. Okay, first of all, we start with the 4 hours. Okay, we start with 4 hours. Okay, we'll have 15 minutes here. We start with 4 hours to see what it is showing us. Okay, waiting for it to come up. All right, this is 4-hour charts. Okay, this is our 4 hours. Let me make this thing to be clear enough. All right, so this is our 4-hour chart. This is 4-hour chart. Okay, this is 4 hours, and what are we seeing? What can you see? What can you see before you? Right, this is the bigger picture here. We have, first of all, we have this is a bigger picture. We also see what? We also see a descending triangle. A descending triangle that is making a series of what? A series of lower highs, right? Okay, so um from there we go to other lower time frames. Let's just quickly go to save us time, right? So let's just go to the time frame of focus, which is 15 minutes time frame, which is actually my favorite time frame, as I'm more or less a day trader. So I always use the 15-minute time frame to, decide what I should be doing at any point in time, right? So looking at the 15 minutes time frame, what we have is what we have: a symmetrical triangle. A symmetrical triangle. And one thing with symmetrical triangles is that whenever you see it, one thing with symmetrical triangle is that whenever you see it form, it's more like an indecisive chart pattern, because price can go up, price can come down, anything can always happen. All right, so what we do is that we have to look at where the volume is. Where is the volume tilting to? And then it has a rule. The rule is that if a symmetrical triangle is to form, we need to consider the distance between the lowest point and the highest point before it crashed, and then the distance between this and this. Whatever distance it is you get, put it at the point of breakout. This is what I mean here. Okay, we have this, the distance between these lowest points. Okay, the distance between these lowest points, we have these lowest points here. This is the lowest point to the point of breakout. Okay, to the points where the breakout occurred. Okay, this is the lowest points, and then we have the highest points. Okay, this is the lowest points, this is the lowest point, and then this is the highest point. So the distance between this and this should give you the calculated move of what should be obtainable if it eventually drops out. So we have this drop from this very point. Now we have this drop that occurred there. All right, so by estimation and by following the laws of this symmetrical triangle, what it means is that we are expecting this move, right, to go down to this very low, and if eventually it gets to this very low, this will now complete what I talked about in the daily chart, where I told us that I was expecting a move, a BTC downward move that should be around 27k, 26k. So if this law or this rule is to be followed, what it means is that BTC is expected to fall to this very low, to fall to this very price. So what now happens, we will get to know as maybe if eventually gets here. But we will need to be very clear on something. What I want us to be very clear on is that this move won't just occur like that, right? You can't just start dropping and dumping. I'm not saying it's not possible, it's very much possible. But remember that what we are dealing with is a case of probability, and we have the law of demand and supply, bulls and bears fighting. So we could see a lot of move up, move down, move up, move down, but then the destination is still the same. The only time we can say that this move has been annulled, the only time we can say that this move, right, is annulled is when we eventually get maybe BTC spikes up again, gets to this very place, gets to this point, and then shoots up again to go above that 36k, 35k in this case, please. So as long as this BTC doesn't move up, maybe go above 35k towards 36k, there is no problem, right? So it's possible for this BTC to move back again, get back to this channel, maybe a couple of price action there, and then start going down again. So what I'm trying to let us know is that you should apply discretion, right? That I said that this move will descend to this very low doesn't mean it will just occur maybe in a day or two or that. No, but as long as we keep on getting some range, maybe move up, move down, move up, move down, and the move never went above 36k, or rather never goes above 36k or 35k, everything is very, very beautiful. The direction is still the same, nothing has changed. All right, we can only annul this change when we get a move above 35k, 36k. All right, guys, so that's pretty much what I want us to see that the BTC is doing. And then that extensively, whatever BTC does has a way of affecting other altcoins, right? So whatever BTC does has a way of affecting other altcoins. As BTC is still trying to finish up this move, I'm not really expecting a couple of spikes in the market, right? So everything is currently on sale. As a matter of fact, as we couldn't close above that 36k, I have never taken any long position. I've never taken any long entry. I've always been shorting, right? Any resistance I see, I short the market. Like I said, I am a day trader. I'm more of a scalper. So the 15 minutes and the one hour time frame, they are my thing. I combine 1 hour as my higher time frame, combine 15-minute time frame as my lower time frame. Then whatever thing it is I'm able to make out of these two time frames, I use it kind of join them together to make my trading decision. So right now I'm 100% scalping, even though yes, I'm actually bearish. And as a rule, because I'm bearish, I'm not being bearish, so to say, because from data I'm getting from the market, from the outlook of the market currently, everything is down. So I think it will not be smart of me to be taking any long entry. Rather, I'll be looking for maybe any move I see a resistance, sort of, as any place I spot a resistance, I could easily go and put a short entry there, right? Just as we have here, this is pretty much a very good resistance, right? So it's possible I could just maybe a trade I'm not a money I'm not really that much in need of, I could just decide to probably put a short entry at this very maybe 33, 34 or thereabout. I could just put increase my position, right? I could just increase my position at this very point, knowing that yes, this is actually a point of value, this is an area of value. Anything can happen. If you get it, there's a probability that it will start going down, right? So this is just pretty much what I'm doing. I've been building my shorts, I've been adding more to my short. I've never taken any long entry in BTC. Immediately we dropped from 36k, I've always been looking for places to go short. This is what I've been doing across all the altcoins, other coins I've been trading. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all about it. I hope the video has been insightful, and remember that what I'm doing here is not intended to serve as any form of financial advice, but rather to guide you to make a rational trading decision. The money is yours, right? So whatever you do with your money is 100% your decision, right? This is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I've never been one. So this is just a way of me sharing to the general public my outlook and sentiment about the market. All right, guys, so I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hands ahead. Salute.